America's job market is facing a shocking blow. In just the past few months, huge companies that once felt unstoppable have started cutting massive numbers of workers. From tech hubs in Silicon Valley to the financial towers of Wall Street, businesses worth trillions are suddenly trimming their teams to stay alive. Walmart, Disney, Tesla, each one making deep cuts while top executives still walk away with giant bonuses. Homes are being lost, savings are disappearing, and entire towns built around these employers are falling apart. This isn't a warning sign, it's already happening. Every layoff tells the story of a nation under pressure. Before the countdown, like, subscribe, and let's begin. Number 7. Disney. There was a time when Disney felt less like a company and more like America's escape button. But in 2025, even the happiest place on earth is struggling to hold on to its magic. After facing heavy losses in streaming, falling theme park visitors, and a mountain of debt, Disney has removed thousands of workers from its ranks. Leaders tried to frame it as a careful redesign, yet the reality behind the numbers paints a much harsher picture. The streaming side has burned through billions, and park attendance in both California and Florida has dropped sharply. Families simply can't handle the cost of expensive tickets, pricey snacks, and hotels that feel out of reach. At the same time, the company's debts keep growing, budgets are shrinking, and cherished projects vanish without warning. Animation departments, once home to the artists who shaped Pixar and Marvel legends, are being replaced with cheaper labor and automated tools. In Florida, small businesses around Disney's resorts are suffering. Seasonal workers are left without contracts, and entire communities are feeling the shock. For many employees, this isn't just a layoff, it's the collapse of a lifelong dream. Inside Disney headquarters, arguments are rising over whether creativity or profit should come first. And for America, Disney's struggle reflects something deeper. When joy becomes too expensive, it reveals a middle class slowly falling apart. The magic didn't disappear on its own. It was weakened, cut down, and quietly replaced. Number 6. Tesla. Tesla once stood as America's bold promise: cleaner roads and a future without oil. But in 2025, that promise is fraying. The company cut about 10% of its workforce, and the shock spread from stock markets to factory towns. Plants in Texas, Nevada, and California slowed as demand for electric cars cooled. Battery costs rose, and cheaper competitors undercut prices. Delivery growth that seemed unstoppable has slowed to almost nothing. Tesla's rapid expansion relied on steady demand, but higher interest rates made loans expensive and monthly payments unaffordable for many buyers. At the same time, quality problems and safety recalls have hurt trust and added big costs. On the shop floor, hope turned to worry. Workers who built the future now fear losing their jobs to automation. Engineers behind self-driving projects found roles cut almost overnight. Beyond the company, suppliers, transport firms, and installers tied to Tesla are seeing fewer orders. Those losses can ripple outward and cost thousands more jobs. Tesla used to symbolize progress. Now it is a caution. The future stalls when people cannot afford it. The electric dream is not failing because the tech is weak. It is failing because the price is too high for ordinary families. Number 5. Meta. In Silicon Valley, many leaders called it the year of efficiency. But for thousands of people inside Meta, it became the year of loss. Mark Zuckerberg's company removed roughly 20,000 roles, wiping out teams from Facebook, Instagram, and Reality Labs. Meta, once valued at over $1 trillion, has watched its worth fall sharply. The main cause was a massive bet on the metaverse, a digital world that drained billions and delivered almost nothing in return. Inside Meta's campus, long hallways now feel deserted. Cafes that were once full of laughter and late-night brainstorming are quiet. Workers say the atmosphere feels tense, as if everyone is waiting for another wave of cuts. Many employees learned their fate through cold, automated messages that ended years of service in one sentence. Meta's ad business, the engine behind its success, is also weakening. Small companies are cutting marketing budgets. Younger users are leaving Facebook. Instagram engagement is fading, and Threads lost most of its daily users shortly after launch. At the same time, Reality Labs continues burning money every quarter. Investors are frustrated, employees are shaken, and although leadership claims the company is shifting direction, the cost of that shift is enormous. These layoffs mark more than a corporate struggle. They signal the closing chapter of a tech era that once united the world, now dividing it from within. Number 4. Warner Brothers Discovery. Hollywood once promised endless entertainment in the shiny age of streaming, but behind the spotlights and premieres sits a much darker truth, a crisis of layoffs, debt, and fading hope. Warner Brothers Discovery, the giant behind HBO, CNN, and DC Films, has removed thousands of workers since the merger, and the damage keeps spreading. The company is buried under massive debt, with huge interest payments swallowing profits every few months. In just 1 year, billions were written off as projects were canceled, movies were shelved, and budgets were slashed to the bone. Streaming was meant to save the industry, yet subscriptions have stalled, ad money is shrinking, and new content spending is falling fast. Entire shows disappeared from HBO's platform to cut royalty costs, leaving creators furious and loyal fans confused. But the hardest hit are the people behind the scenes: editors, producers, animators, and crew members who spent their lives shaping American entertainment. Many studios have shut their doors, and union groups warn that thousands more support jobs in California and Georgia will disappear. Executives call it efficiency. Insiders call it a fight to stay alive. Studio lots that were once buzzing now sit silent, and small local businesses are collapsing along with them. When the storytellers themselves can't keep working, it signals something deeper. The American Dream Factory is running out of dreams, and this time, there may be no happy ending. Number 3. UPS. For decades, UPS was the backbone of American trade, the trucks, planes, and drivers that kept goods moving. But in 2025, the trusted giant is delivering bad news with 12,000 job cuts after online shopping fell. At its peak, UPS moved nearly 25 million packages a day. Shipments are under 18 million, erasing millions of daily deliveries and billions from the supply chain. Revenue dropped nearly 10% last quarter, and profits were cut in half. Sorting centers in Atlanta and Louisville are shrinking. Conveyor belts sit quiet. The company calls it normalization, but workers say the issue runs deeper. People are buying less. Inflation has drained budgets. Small sellers are gone, and major contracts are smaller. Layoffs hit more than drivers. Warehouse staff, dispatch teams, mechanics, and managers all lost work. Towns that relied on UPS paychecks feel the blow. Local shops that once thrived are struggling. Analysts warn this shows a wider danger. The American consumer engine is losing fuel. When shipping falls, it is not only logistics failing, spending is weakening. Wall Street has noticed. UPS stock has plunged, erasing billions in market value. The brand that once asked, "What can Brown do for you?" now leaves millions asking, "What comes next?" Number 2. Intel. Intel once powered the digital world. Its chips ran laptops, servers, and data centers across America. But in 2025, that lead is cracking. Facing weak demand and fierce global rivals, Intel announced 15,000 job cuts, the largest in its history. After losing market share in personal computers and missing the AI chip surge, revenues dropped fast. Factories from Arizona to Oregon run well below capacity. The company spent billions building new plants, betting on growth that never arrived. The result is clear: overproduction, overspending, and heavy debt. Executives call the moves restructuring, but inside, there is panic. Thousands of engineers who helped build America's tech backbone are now unemployed. Key research teams were dismantled. The ripple reaches beyond Intel. Suppliers, contractors, and logistics firms in the region face canceled projects and unpaid invoices. Analysts warn that many more indirect jobs could vanish. Intel's stock took a big hit, erasing large market value, while government aid came too late to stop the slide. Once a symbol of speed and power, Intel now struggles to keep up. For the United States, this is more than a corporate setback. It is a warning that the foundation of American tech is under strain. Number 1. Walmart. When Walmart begins cutting jobs, the entire country should pay attention. This isn't just another retailer, it's America's largest private employer, with more than 1 million workers depending on its paychecks. Now, the company is quietly removing tens of thousands of positions, pushing automation into warehouses, and shutting down stores that can't survive. For years, Walmart represented low prices and stability, but in 2025, even that promise is breaking. Inflation has drained spending power so much that shoppers can't stretch their dollars, no matter how cheap the shelves look. Retail sales keep sliding, while household credit card debt has reached historic highs. Families are buying less, and Walmart is feeling the pressure. Automation is moving faster than ever. New AI-powered fulfillment centers save the company billions, but every robot added means fewer people needed on shift. Cashiers, stockers, and warehouse teams, many earning modest wages, are being replaced by machines that work non-stop. Walmart points to efficiency, but the deeper truth is troubling. Inventory costs are rising, profit margins are thinning, and food prices have climbed for years. In rural towns where Walmart is often the last major store, layoffs hit like a shockwave. Closed supercenters leave entire communities struggling, and small nearby businesses are watching sales collapse. For longtime employees, the emotional toll is devastating. People who spent decades helping keep America supplied are being pushed aside by self-checkout lines and automated systems. Economists warn that Walmart's cuts are a sign of something bigger. The American consumer economy is losing strength, and when the nation's biggest retailer starts shrinking, every household feels the quake.